Hello, welcome back. I am Statman Dave, and this is the full-time review, the place where we get to hear what you guys think about the weekend's games. That is the fans, the guys that really matter. Of course, we're going to be talking about some interesting stuff today. We've got Fancams from St Mary's. We've also got United on YouTube, where you guys get to send in 30-second clips and we play them. So if you want to get involved with that, the link is in the description below to find out more. But anyway, guys, of course, we've got to talk about the result. 2-2 with Southampton. It happened again, didn't it? A team that we were supposed to be beating, hammering, tearing apart in the relegation zone. And this is what I mean. My mind is blown being 2-0 down against a team so poor this season with a manager that's now been sacked. Of course, Mark Hughes has been given the door. Rubbish sort of, tenure at Southampton. A poor appointment on their behalf. But United have got to be winning that game for me. Too turgid, too slow going around the back. They're 3-5-2. I saw the team sheet and I thought, maybe this is a 4-4-2. This is Diego Simeone-esque. This is putting 4 central midfielders in there to be aggressive, allowing Rashford and Lukaku to play up top. But it looked at times like a 5-3-2 with no pressure on the ball in our defensive third, no platform to counter-attack, and so frustrating. Southampton scored 2 goals. Of course, the free kick was absolutely fantastic. Scott McTominay doing his little, blocking the ball, going underneath, and it sails into the top corner. Looks a bit silly. But, again, I thought he played reasonably well for a player that's playing out of position. But the first goal, massive problem. When you're playing a back 3 or even 5 defenders, you should never, ever be opened up like United were on that left wing. Pathetic. The positioning of Shaw, Matic, wherever he was, completely lost his position. And it's a shame because United, they had players that could have played centre-half for them. Tuanzebe is the biggest one. Tuanzebe has been fantastic at Aston Villa. You listen to any Aston Villa fan talk about Tuanzebe, they absolutely love him. Again, he had a great performance at the weekend. He could have played for United. Played pre-season. Same with Timothy Fosu-Mensah. Crazy stuff, but we're seeing McTominay, we're seeing Matic played out of position in the back 3. I'd argue that Phil Jones was one of United's better players, but it was poor defensively. The most frustrating thing, though, was when United were on the ball, how slow and turgid it was through the middle. This system that you play a 3-5-2, you need a ball player at defensive midfield. Of course, Man United positioned Marouane Fellaini there. Didn't really work at all. The one time that United played forward, from centre-half, from a goal kick, Phil Jones playing to Fellaini, Fellaini to Pogba, Pogba with his head up and playing to Rashford, we score a goal. Rashford, an unbelievable assist. And I want to talk about Rashford because he's one of those players that needs to be in the United team week in, week out. He cares about the club. He fights, he tackles, he runs in behind. 25 sprints in 75 minutes of action against Southampton. That's the best sprint numbers of any player this season. And he played 75 minutes. If there was as much fight in every rest of the United players than what you have in Marcus Rashford, you have a team that wins the Premier League. I think Ander Herrera's another player with fight. I think Lukaku's got fight in him. But there's not enough fight in this team. And if every player did what Marcus Rashford did for both of the goals, the creativity, the guile, the movement, not only was he running in behind, he was spinning into the channels, he was dropping deep like the second assist that he got. What a great run that was. Picks up the ball, turned, wonderful little roll, little touches, cuts the ball back, and Ander Herrera's there to apply the finish. But that didn't happen enough. Why weren't we hitting the centre-forwards? Every single time it seemed that United played to the centre-forwards' feet, Lukaku or, the likes of Marcus Rashford, they got into the final third, but it was so slow. You come back from 2 goals down into half-time, you're thinking, right, lads, win this 5-2. Come out to the second half, same rubbish that we saw in the first 30 minutes. Literally, United have these 10-minute spells, and that's that. From about the 30th minute to about the 40th minute, United play some good football. But I think that's the problem. That is inherently the problem, Manchester United, right now. Finally, we'll touch on Ander Herrera because he was a mad dog in central midfield. Not only did he make tackle after tackle after tackle or win the ball back in that central midfield area, he scored that great goal. The goal was great. The run, you see him go into a perfect area. In a 3-5-2, you want the centre midfielders getting into the box. And, of course, the finish was brilliant. Great goal. Not only that was he winning tackles. He won 7 tackles against Southampton, more than any other player on the pitch. Needs to be in the starting 11. Full stop. At defensive midfield, at right central midfield, left central midfield. Get into the comments, guys. Has Ander Herrera got to start every game? For me, 100%. And Fred. The interesting quotes again after the press conference from Mourinho talking about mad dogs. Mad dogs, players that go and defend intensively. Fred, Herrera are mad dogs. They need to be playing every single game. That is my opinions on the game. A poor performance. And again, the worst thing about this game, Lukaku's been clipped up for standing on the ball. I couldn't care less about that moment. The rest of his play was fantastic. We need to, evaluate these performances a bit better. Coming back from a bad goal scoring run, the finish for the goal was brilliant. Waits for the keeper to go down, finishes high, great goal. But we need to evaluate as football fans a bit more. The clip goes around football Twitter, everyone thinks Lukaku had a bad game. Absolutely didn't. Had a really good game for Manchester United. He was good against Palace, played very, very well against Southampton. And will be back onto scoring goals, and we need to support him because he's a player that cares about the football club, and you can see that by his body language. Anyway, that's been my rant over. Mark Hughes out the door for Southampton. Manchester United in disarray in the Premier League table. But we're going to move on to your views from the game. That is anyone that spoke to Full-Time Devils, the fan cams. DJ, spin that record.
He's an absolute waste of space. He should be kicked out. He's absolutely useless. Anyone else would have brought on another forward 10 minutes from the end to get us a goal. Not have this useless beggar. He's got 4 across the back. He's got 2 holding in midfield. We got no attack, and we don't look as though. Honestly.
How does Lukaku start every week? How the f can he start him? He just walks.
If I was walking my grandkids down the road tomorrow, and they walked across the zebra crossing, and they've been told not to go on there, I'd stop them doing it. He don't do nothing. I didn't see him out on the bloody touchline. He's a useless sod.
They're all as bad as each other.
Who do you think's to blame?
They're all the same. The players, the manager.
Lukaku puts on weight during a game.
Where do we start? There's everything from start top to bottom. There's something wrong.
Boring.
Every single one of those players, mate, on that pitch don't deserve to play for Manchester United, mate. Every single one of those players, mate, they are a joke. So yeah, Mourinho needs to take a long, hard look at himself, and every single one of those players needs to take a long, hard look at himself.
It's got to improve, hasn't it?
It's got to improve, but look, the board, it's just a business to them. Man United is a business. They don't care about the team. They don't care about us fans that go and that's all the fans. It was the loudest I've seen for a whole long time. The players not even reacting to it. We care about the club, and they just don't care.
We didn't even look like we even tried to score in that second half. Tell me one chance we actually created.
It was weird, isn't it? Because we were 2-0 down, we went for it, we got 2-2. Every time we went forward, it looked like we could score, and then we sat back again.
And it was trademark Mourinho, shut up shop. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. He needs to go.
We don't seem to have a consistent team week in, week out, and that doesn't help. But yeah, there's something not right. But you got to stick behind him. That's all you can do at the minute.
You still behind the manager?
100%. You got to. There's no point sacking him. Who are you realistically going to get?
What do you say to those people that say there's no other manager? So why should we sack him?
There isn't another manager, but there isn't anyone else. But we need to get rid of him.
Is that a reason to keep somebody though?
No. We need to sort something out fast.
So they were the thoughts from the fan cams. A lot of criticism about Romelu Lukaku, and I think this is a boring bit of analysis from fans of not Manchester United. I think you look at Lukaku and you've seen what he's done after this little break, and he's been absolutely fantastic. Open up our eyes, we need to do that. Ben JSH85 saying in the comments it was an easy chance. Go back and watch the goal. Watch where Lukaku starts. Watch how he's aware. Watch the combination play between Marcus Rashford and Lukaku as a two-man strike force. Rashford receives the ball running in behind. Lukaku waits, spots the gap and goes. Go and watch it again. It's a really good run. It's a really good goal. It's a goal that's created by his movement of both Rashford pulling wide and then Lukaku attacking that central area. Not a rubbish goal, not an easy finish, absolute rubbish. And again, I think I agree with John. John is a legend of Full-Time Devils, especially with Alex as well. Alex, shout out to you, bro. But again, we've got to support Manchester United. That is the big thing now. Be together. When the media and everyone wants to break us up, we've got to stick by the lads and stick by the players that want to play for the shirt that I've mentioned before. And that's the big thing there. Get more to the comments here. I'm deluded. Thank you for that comment. Yeah, I really agree that. Cheers, buddy. Excellent stuff there. Anything positive in the comments? That was Lukaku's first touch. It was a good first touch, wasn't it? A cracking finish. I think we can win the Champions League. Callum, bro, you probably, we're a little bit far off there. But anyway, do you actually watch the match? I did watch the match multiple times. And that's my opinions. Of course, I get my opinions, you get your opinions. And that is why we are here right now. But anyway, guys, if you want to get involved with United on YouTube, jump into the link in the description below. There's details there of how you can get involved and be in this beautiful video. Again, this is United on YouTube.
Another disgraceful performance from Manchester United. What was that? Going 2-0 down against Southampton. Is that really good enough for Manchester United when we've had a manager for 3 seasons who's tried to get his ideas across? It's just not good enough. He's becoming a virus. He's saying Pogba's becoming the virus. He's becoming the virus.
As always, I have seen Jose Mourinho cry a lot of times in the press conferences about the signings. And I just want to tell Jose that Bournemouth have obviously not spent so much that you have spent. And Bournemouth plays better football than Manchester United.
Just poor overall, created barely nothing in the second half, went 2-0 down, 2 fantastic finishes from Southampton, but again the same problems, poor defending from United.
Hey guys, this is Abu from Hong Kong. Stayed up all night, it was 3:30 in the morning to watch that game.
I thought in the first half we looked good after Southampton's goals went in and we got the goals back from Lukaku and Herrera. Second half we just looked really poor.
We had a bit and then we let it slip and that was it. And I don't know what he's telling them at half time. I'm happy with a draw. I wasn't happy with a draw. I'm pissed off. Good night.
He's fallen out with too many players, and he's not making players have that confidence to go and try new things. Even when Marcus missed that in the Champions League, he looked disappointed. He didn't encourage anyone, and he's not encouraging the team, and he's not getting the best out of them.
David De Gea couldn't save us this time, but you know, the team fought back. We found something, we dug deep, and in the form of Marcus Rashford, who pretty much supplied both goals and was the most creative player, I would say was man of the match for me, created those opportunities for Lukaku to finish and for Herrera to finish.
He played 4 central midfielders. He could have started with 3 forwards, but he didn't. He could have started Mata, but he didn't. Mata playing, I don't know why Mata doesn't play a central role.
Half time I was thinking, let's go for this. We didn't go for it. I don't know what the game plan was because we didn't create anything in the second half. It was absolutely poor from United. And top 4 I think is gone. It's out of the question. So it could be another Europa League or even no European football, which I think is better. But Mourinho consistently playing McTominay, Matic, Fellaini or some of those midfielders in midfield, and they are absolutely poor.
I don't think the players care. I don't think Jose cares from his selections. Substitutions, I just don't get it.
Why is McTominay starting at centre half when you've got Eric Bailly, you've got Marcus Rojo and the lads from the academy that could have come in? It's just not good enough.
So before the game, Jose Mourinho came out and said that Bailly has a pain in his back. I was talking to a doctor friend of mine and he said that this kind of pain is called Jose Mourinho.
I'm not happy. Why Matic is playing centre-back, I do not know. Don't even ask me about that.
Great to see Lukaku finally get a goal after so long. Hopefully this kick-starts, his goal-scoring pattern. Hopefully in the next game we can be a lot better.
Well, I think the only reason we are playing such football is Jose Mourinho.
Disappointing doesn't even begin to describe what we're feeling now.
I mean, at this point, Manchester United's relationship with Jose Mourinho is like an abusive marriage. Oh no, he beat me this time, but he's gonna change. You'll see.
Subscribe to Full-Time Devils.
But guys, I've had my say. Let me know what you think and make sure you stay subscribed to Full-Time Devils.
Guys, thanks for joining me. Jay once again for the GBB. Please check out Full-Time Devils and the GBB and subscribe. Thanks, guys.
Poor old Abu had to stay up all that night to watch that performance. Sorry, buddy, but it's an interesting point that he brings up. Do the players care? Good point there, I think, from Sammy as well. The top 4, is it gone? It's a bad situation. Statistically, yeah, it's gone. No team's ever closed a 5-point gap between the top 4. That's where United sit right now. So it is a bit of a worrying season. But, we've seen crazier things in football recently, like Leicester City winning the Premier League. And if you want to get involved with United on YouTube, the link is in the description below. So send your videos in and good old producer Chris will clip them together and get you on the waves. But guys, let's move on to the Arsenal game. Again, United have got another tough fixture midweek. I am pretty scared about that, to be quite honest. Arsenal were brilliant yesterday against Tottenham Hotspur. Emery has shown what a good manager he is and how he's improved Arsenal both in a defensive sense with the ball at their feet. They're a really, really good side, and with United in their current form, it's a bit worrying. Again, United showed some really good form last season towards the Christmas time, beating Arsenal away 3-1. Lingard, Pogba were absolutely fantastic, and that's what United may need. Could see a back 3 from Emery, which would work for Man United's favour in a way if they want to play Lingard, Pogba in that central area. Guys, we're going to be covering all the good stuff around the Arsenal game with fan cams, with all that good stuff, the previews, it'll all be there, so stay tuned to Full-Time Devils. And we've got one special thing to talk about as well, the WhatsApp group. If you want to get into the comments below, there's a link for the WhatsApp group, the Full-Time Devils WhatsApp group, where you get all your news straight to your phone. when you need it. But anyway, guys, I've been Statman Dave. Make sure, of course, to subscribe if you're new to Full Time Devils. See you guys in a bit.